Small steps may seem insignificant at the moment, but over time, they create a force that is impossible to ignore. Think about water dripping onto a rock. One drop does nothing. 100 drops may leave a slight mark, but over years, that same water carves through solid stone. That is the power of small, consistent actions. Most people want success overnight. They want to wake up and suddenly be the best. But the world doesn't work that way. The most successful people, the ones who truly achieve something meaningful, understand that growth happens in small increments. It happens in the little things that no one sees. The small habits, the small decisions, the small disciplines, these are what shape a person's destiny. Imagine you want to get stronger. You don't go to the gym one time, lift the heaviest weight, and wake up the next morning transformed. No. You show up every day. Some days you feel strong, some days you feel weak. But you keep going. And without realizing it, after months, after years, one day you look in the mirror and see how far you've come. It's the same with everything in life. Whether it's learning a skill, building a business, or simply becoming a better version of yourself, every small step counts. You don't need to see massive progress in a day, a week, or even a month, but if you get just a little bit better, even 1% better every day, that progress compounds. At first, it's barely noticeable, but over time, that 1% turns into something incredible. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man who wanted to be great. He had dreams of success, of making a difference. But every time he looked at how far he had to go, he felt overwhelmed. He doubted himself. How can I possibly reach that level, he thought. He saw others who were already successful and felt discouraged. He wanted to be like them, but the journey seemed too long, too difficult. One day, his mentor gave him a simple task. Just improve by 1% every day, he said. That's all I ask. Not 50%, not 10%, just 1. The young man was skeptical. How could such a small effort make a difference? But he decided to try. Every day he did something small. He read a few pages of a book. He practiced his skill for just a little longer. He challenged himself in small ways. At first, nothing changed. He felt like he was moving too slowly, but something inside him told him to keep going, and so he did. A year later, he looked back. He realized he wasn't the same person anymore. The small efforts had built up. He had improved, not by 365%, but by 37 times. That's the power of small, daily improvements. And this isn't just a story. This is real. This is how the world works. The most successful people, the ones who truly achieve greatness, don't get there in one giant leap. They get there through thousands of tiny steps. Think about a bamboo tree. When you plant a bamboo seed, you see nothing for years. You water it, care for it, but nothing seems to happen. No growth, no signs of progress. Then suddenly in the 5th year, it explodes out of the ground and grows 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Did the bamboo suddenly grow overnight? No, it was growing all along. It was developing underground, building a foundation, preparing for its moment. That's how success works. That's how life works. You put in the work even when you don't see immediate results. You keep taking small steps, trusting that one day all those tiny efforts will add up to something incredible. So if you ever feel stuck, if you ever feel like you're not making enough progress, remember this. Success is not about giant leaps. It's about the small, consistent steps you take every single day. Failure is something no one likes to face, yet it is the most powerful teacher in life. We all dream of success, but the truth is, success never comes without failure. It is part of the journey, not the end of it. The problem is most people fear failure so much that they never try. They let the fear of making mistakes stop them before they even begin. But if you ask anyone truly successful, they will tell you failure shaped them, refined them, and made them stronger. I have failed many times. I remember the feeling of rejection, the sting of losing, the pain of watching something you worked hard for crumble in front of you. It is not easy. Failure hurts. It can break your confidence, make you doubt yourself, make you question if you are even capable. And in that moment when everything feels like it's falling apart, you have 2 choices. Either you let failure define you, or you let it teach you. Think about it. Every great leader, every innovator, every successful person you admire has failed. Every single one of them. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he started. Elon Musk almost went bankrupt after his first few companies struggled. Jack Ma was rejected by Harvard 10 times and got turned down for 30 different jobs, even at KFC. These are not stories of people who had it easy. These are stories of resilience, of people who refuse to let failure be the end. Failure is not a signal to stop. It is a sign that you are trying, that you are pushing your limits, that you are stepping out of your comfort zone. If you never fail, it means you are not aiming high enough. You are playing it too safe. Growth never happens in comfort. Growth happens in the struggle. In the moments when you feel lost, in the times when nothing seems to be working, that is when you learn the most. The question is, how do you handle failure? Because failure alone does not make you better. What you do after failure does. Most people fail and they give up. They tell themselves, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe I should stop dreaming so big. And that is where they lose. It is not the failure that defeats them. It is their own mindset. When you fail, stop and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What went wrong? What could I have done better? What mistake did I make that I can avoid next time? Every failure carries a lesson, but only if you're willing to learn from it. Most people repeat the same mistakes because they never take time to reflect. They rush to move on without understanding what went wrong. But the most successful people don't run from failure. They sit with it, analyze it, and use it to become smarter, sharper, and stronger. There will be days when failure feels unbearable, days when you feel like no matter how hard you try, nothing is working. When you feel stuck, like success is too far away, in those moments remind yourself, this is just part of the process. No one succeeds without struggle. No one wins without first losing. It is in those moments of failure that you are being shaped into the person you need to become. Think about a seed planted in the ground. It doesn't grow instantly. First, it must push through the darkness, break through the soil, fight its way to the surface. That process is not easy, but it is necessary. Without that struggle, it would never become a tree. You are the same. Your failures are preparing you, molding you, giving you the strength and wisdom to handle the success that is coming. So do not fear failure. Do not run from it. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it make you better. Because the only real failure in life is the failure to try. Stay curious. Stay hungry. These are not just words. They are a mindset, a way of life, a fire that burns inside you even when the world tells you to settle. When I was young, I was not the smartest. I failed my exams. I struggled with English. I was rejected from jobs, including KFC. 24 people applied, 23 got hired, and I was the only one left behind. But do you know what kept me going? Curiosity, hunger. I wanted to know more, to understand more, to improve myself, even when people said, Jack, this is not for you. Many people accept their fate too soon. They stop asking questions. They stop learning. They stop growing. They become comfortable. But comfort is dangerous. The moment you feel too comfortable is the moment you stop moving forward. And if you stop moving forward, someone else will take your place. The world is changing faster than ever. What worked yesterday may not work today, and what works today may be useless tomorrow. If you are not curious, if you are not hungry, you will wake up one day and realize the world has left you behind. Think about the most successful people in the world. Were they the smartest, the richest, the luckiest? No, they were the hungriest. They had an unstoppable thirst for knowledge, for growth, for improvement. Steve Jobs didn't stop after creating the first Macintosh. Elon Musk didn't stop after PayPal. They kept going, learning, pushing, because they knew the moment you stop learning, you start dying. I have met many people who tell me, Jack, I want to be successful. I ask them, what are you doing every day to grow? They say, I work hard. Working hard is important, but working smart is more important. And the smartest people are the ones who never stop learning. They read, they observe, they ask questions. They do not just live in their own world, they explore different industries, different cultures, different perspectives. They never say, I know everything. They say, what else can I learn? Let me tell you a secret. Success is not about being the best today. It is about being better than you were yesterday. Every single day you must ask yourself, what did I learn today that I did not know yesterday? If your answer is nothing, then you wasted a day that could have brought you closer to your dreams. I remember when I started Alibaba, I knew nothing about technology. I was an English teacher, not an engineer, not a businessman, but I was curious. I asked questions. I listened to people who knew more than me. I studied, and I failed. Again and again. But with every failure, I learned something new. With every mistake, I became wiser. That is what hunger does. It keeps you moving even when the road is tough, even when you fall, even when people laugh at you. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed never stop searching. They do not just accept things as they are. They challenge, they explore, they take risks. They never say, I have done enough. They say, what's next? And let me tell you something. There will be days when you feel tired, when you feel like giving up, when you feel like it's too hard. Those are the days that matter the most, because that is when most people quit. That is when most people say, maybe this is not for me. But if you are truly hungry, you will push through. You will remind yourself why you started. You will remember that every great success begins with a simple step: the decision to keep going. Never stop asking questions, never stop learning, never stop growing. The world belongs to the curious. The world belongs to the hungry. There's an old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. This is the truth of success, growth, and becoming the best version of yourself. The people around you, the ones you choose to keep close, will either lift you up or pull you down. They will either inspire you to be more or make you settle for less. Think about it. When you spend time with people who are ambitious, hardworking, and optimistic, what happens? Their energy rubs off on you. Their mindset shapes yours. You start believing in bigger possibilities. You begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities. You get better simply by being in their presence. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine surrounding yourself with people who complain all the time, people who blame the world for their failures, people who are always talking about why something can't be done instead of how it can be done. Slowly, without even realizing it, you absorb their negativity. You start doubting yourself, you hesitate, you settle. This is why choosing the right people is not just important, it's essential. It can define your future. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't do it alone. They had mentors, they had teams, they had friends who believed in them even when no one else did. Every great leader, every entrepreneur, every visionary, at some point they had people around them who pushed them, challenged them, and supported them when times were tough. You need those people. You need friends who remind you of your goals when you start doubting yourself. You need mentors who have already walked the path you want to walk. You need colleagues and partners who bring out the best in you, who force you to level up, who refuse to let you stay the same. But here's the thing. Finding these people isn't always easy. Sometimes it means letting go of the wrong people first. It's not easy to walk away from old friendships, even when you know they're holding you back. It's not easy to distance yourself from negativity, even when you know it's poisoning your mindset. But if you truly want to grow, if you truly want to improve, you must make that choice. Because the truth is, you are not just the product of your hard work, you are the product of your environment. Think about a seed. Even the strongest seed, if planted in bad soil, will struggle to grow. It doesn't matter how much potential it has. If the environment is wrong, it won't reach its full strength. But plant that same seed in fertile soil, give it sunlight, give it water, and watch what happens. It grows beyond what anyone expected. You are that seed. Your dreams, your ambitions, your potential, it's all inside you. But if you surround yourself with the wrong people, they will drain you. They will block your growth. They will fill your mind with doubt, fear, and excuses. But if you surround yourself with people who push you forward, who challenge you to be better, who refuse to let you give up, then you will grow in ways you never imagined. So ask yourself right now, who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they lifting you up, or are they holding you back? Are they inspiring you, or are they filling your mind with fear? And if you realize that you need to change your circle, don't be afraid. Great people are out there. People who will support you. People who will challenge you. People who will celebrate your success instead of feeling threatened by it. Find them, connect with them, learn from them, because the right people will make all the difference in your journey. Having a long-term vision is not just about setting goals. It's about believing in something bigger than yourself. It's about seeing beyond the struggles of today and focusing on the possibilities of tomorrow. Many people want success overnight, but the truth is, anything truly valuable takes time. The world is full of people who quit too soon. People who give up because they can't see immediate results. But if you have a long-term vision, if you can see the future before it happens, nothing can shake you. Think about a bamboo tree. You plant the seed, water it every day, but for the first few years nothing happens. It stays underground, no sign of growth, no progress. Most people would walk away. They would say, "This isn't working," and stop. But those who understand long-term vision, they keep watering, they keep believing, and then, suddenly, after years of patience, that bamboo tree breaks through the ground and grows almost 90 feet in just a few weeks. Did it grow in a few weeks? No. It grew in the years when nothing was visible. Life works the same way. Your dreams, your skills, your business, none of them grow overnight. They grow in the years of effort that nobody sees. When Alibaba started, we had nothing. No money, no technology, no trust from investors. I told my team, we don't have the resources, but we have the vision, we have the determination to keep going. And that's what made the difference. Every challenge we faced, we reminded ourselves, we are building for the future. Many times, I could have given up. Many times, it felt like we were failing. But when you have a long-term vision, you don't get distracted by short-term pain. You understand that every failure, every setback is just a small part of a much bigger journey. You realize that pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. Look at the biggest companies in the world today. Apple, Amazon, Tesla. Do you think they were successful from day one? No. They had visionaries who saw what others couldn't see. They kept building even when people doubted them. They kept pushing forward even when the world said, it's impossible. That's what you need. A vision so strong that it pulls you forward no matter what. You have to see the future so clearly in your mind that the struggles of today don't scare you. You have to believe so deeply in your dream that even when the world laughs at you, even when you feel lost, even when you have no reason to keep going, you still wake up and give your best. The problem with most people is that they focus too much on today. They want success now, they want results now, and when they don't see them, they stop. But great things don't happen in a day. Success is like building a house. You lay one brick at a time, and maybe today it feels like you're going nowhere. But if you keep laying bricks, if you keep building, one day you'll step back and realize you've built something incredible. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Imagine where you could be if you started today and never stopped. If every day you took one step toward your dream, if every day you reminded yourself that the small efforts, the struggles, the sleepless nights, the hard work, it all matters. It all adds up. People will doubt you. People will tell you to quit. Even your own mind will try to convince you that it's not worth it. But in those moments, remember, the bamboo tree, the years of unseen growth, the moment it breaks through. That is you. That is your journey. So don't give up when things get hard. Don't lose hope when progress is slow. Keep your eyes on the future. Keep believing, because one day, when you look back, you will realize that every single moment, every single challenge was shaping you into the person you were meant to become.